imagine what it's like if you have in your bank account right now 1 year's living expenses, so that if everything stopped, like your income, your ability to earn income, you became ill, and you had enough money to live 1 year comfortably, that'd be pretty good, I think. Imagine having 3 months cash reserve. You'd be in a pretty good position. You could weather a lot of storms. You'd be doing well. They're throwing you out of the apartment because for 3 months you haven't been able to pay rent because you are ill, and your insurance that has been paying you for to help you during your disability, insurance that you paid into for years and years, that insurance was cut off because they think that you're well enough. Is this crazy? Well, this actually happened. What about if you're a day away? What about it's the day that you have to move out of the apartment? That, you're not going to have any place tomorrow. You have one more place to stay tonight, to sleep tonight. But it looks like it might be raining outside. These are circumstances that those of us who have been there understand very well. What happens if you were 53 minutes and counting? Because the order says get out by 12 noon, and the sheriff's bailiffs are standing there waiting till 12 noon when they will physically remove you unless you leave. See, now, you've done everything you can. Your stuff that you have, if you have anything, is going to be gone. It's going to be thrown out. To pay some of it, if there's anything worth anything, it'll be sold to pay for the back rent. You don't have any place to put the stuff anyway. So that little chair and table that you were using to eat on, it's not much. It's all you had. It's being thrown out. 53 minutes. You're sitting looking around. You've tried to pack things up, hoping that you'd have a place to go, but you don't. So 53 minutes. You have a little carrying case of your most important papers, maybe a toothbrush, some toothpaste. You have a backpack. You put an extra sweater in there or something to keep warm. If you're lucky enough to have a raincoat, you better take your raincoat. You can sleep under it, you can sleep on it. If that's where you're going to go. Oh, it's only 48 minutes now. Well, we might as well have one more coffee. Because this is the reality of the urban poor. I think it's going to be important to try to outline some of the causes, some of the root causes that are in common. A person isn't homeless because a person decides one day, hey, it's a great day out there, I think I'll go get homeless. If one is ill, suffering from some kind of chronic illness, I have multiple sclerosis, for instance, or some chronic illness, what we call mental illness, manic depression, some kind of mental illness. There are many of them. Some kind of chronic condition that brings a person to a place where they failed. I am without health care, I am without a doctor, I am without all those things. Without any kind of support, I cannot work because of my disability. I have small disability pension, and it's not enough to pay the rent. So a person now is facing homelessness. And what does that mean here in the city in Montreal? Well, Montreal's a big city. The transit is $3. $3 is a lot of money when you have absolutely nothing. Transportation in around the big city is always a problem. Food bank, you go to a food bank. You can go there twice a month and get 2 days worth of food. But you have to concern yourself with things like, where am I going to sleep? Here, If you're in, a new city, all your friends, family are somewhere else in a new province, you got no place to sleep, so you got to sleep on the bench. Another thing you got to worry about is where do you pee? I mean, where do you do anything like that? The fact of the matter is that there are no places for the homeless to pee and poo. So we're drinking water, a place to pee and to defecate. These are some of the major concerns that you have, fundamental concerns. I mean, you gotta have drinking water. Food becomes a problem. When you go to the food bank, you got to provide an address to show that you're in Montreal. If you don't have an address to show them, you don't go to the food bank. And all the homeless are urban poor. There's the urban poor who are homeless and the urban poor who are not homeless, who are one step away, sometimes days away, sometimes hours away from being homeless. A lot of what goes on, the fear that is associated with being homelessness is the constant threat of violence, physical violence. Drinking seems to me to be one of the serious causes of urban poverty. Picking cans is something that's done by a lot of the urban poor. What I've found, because of my MS, I can't go around picking cans. I can't go around doing hardly anything. So my mobility limitations prevent me from doing something that a lot of the urban poor do, which is pick cans. Something else the urban do to supplement their income is they panhandle. I haven't done that either. Haven't panhandled either. I've picked cans, gone through garbage bins, dumpster diving, butt picking, all of that stuff. Going through garbages to find things like furniture, that sort of thing that's par for the course. One thing about getting from the garbage, you don't have to worry about if you lose it, because the threat of losing anything and everything that you accumulate is always there. There's a lot of preying on other impoverished people here. There are crack addicts here who prey on other crack addicts. Everybody has something for sale. The sense of community where you help people just because they need help, that seems to be under stress. Or we don't have a lot of choice. Even the non-working poor work terribly hard for the things. One trip to the food bank for me is walking all the way 8 blocks away and then coming back with the food. If you don't have the energy because you either haven't eaten or your medication is off balance or you're suffering from a part of that cyclical illness that you have that makes you, your episode is depression and you can't go out. I mean, these are things that people who don't experience them don't understand, and I wouldn't expect them to understand. Like I have the ability to walk from here to there, technically. But sometimes I'm just too fatigued. I can't do it. It's part of it. And the inability to physically do things. That's part of it. You understand that the very conditions that require me to be disabled and not working and part of the poor are the conditions that prevent me from getting the help for the poor. About $7.80 is exactly what I make on my pension per month. My rent is $8.50. People are worried about whether or not they're going to have craft dinner to eat. Aren't worried about whether or not they're going to be able to buy a computer. And if I was going to describe homelessness or poverty, I would describe it as everything being difficult.